fine. Can I use one with comp? Am I not in combat anymore? There we go. Unseal door, please. Thank you.
Well, look who it is.
Chairman Rockwell.
I'll be damned. I was prepping the studio for our announcement, and here you are as a bonus.
I was expecting to see your
I had heard
dumbass.
you'd taken a mechanic under your wing. What's the matter, girl? Couldn't find actual employment?
The captain's treated me right. Better than any of you bored folk ever have. I'm exactly where I want to be.
Ah, I knew I smelled Monarch when you lot walked in. The stench of sulfur, depression, and desperate bravado is unmistakable.
Classy.
Keep talking, you'll be smelling iron. Ain't nobody so important I won't put a bullet in.
When you go
All
off and
humans
get yourself
are
shot,
expendable.
try to avoid taking one to the face. I'll want it recognizable to show to my citizens.
Out of my way, Rockwell. You're not important here.
I'm not in your way, you dullard. You talk to me. You want to go die in a blaze of glory? Be my guest.
I didn't say shit
Besides,
to you. You
I don't know
talked
what
to
you think
me.
You're doing here, but Sophia's doing good work up there with Phineas. Your efforts will be in vain.
I'll see for myself when I get there. Save. I'm removing him. Just get him out of here. No. What? Why? Okay, no, see, real talk. Why was my electricity not working? Why was I not equipping my electricity gun when I clicked the correct button? Excuse me, sir? Huh? That was weird as shit. Not you now! Okay, seriously, why was he not dying after the first, like, barrage of bullets to his face? You just hold tight. This is supposed to kill them a lot faster. There we go. Personally, I just wanted him dead. I didn't like him. And nothing useful on me there. Alright, time to go. I almost feel like seeing him was optional. I guess it wasn't technically. I don't know. Yeah, repair everything. Explorer, are we gonna see another?
All right, MSI.
Oh, there we go.
I'm not one for rousing speeches, but the captain needs our help. So, fight! Right, dissident.
Oh yeah, this is just another consequence of our action just happened to show up.
This is nice. Calm before the storm and all that.
Never come from this. I'm just real glad to know you all.
It's interesting though that you actually do see both MSI and the Iconoclast on different areas instead of the same area.
Captain, you have an uncanny talent for complicating my life.
Just how it happens
You've
to be.
been working with Dr. Wells from the beginning. When we moved to arrest him, he was prepared. I lost good soldiers in the attempt.
That's
You
unfortunate.
disrupted the balance of power. You've upset the natural order of things. You've introduced uncertainty, and there is nothing I despise more than uncertainty.
Oh, that is unfortunate. It's over.
I'm
Stand
afraid I
down.
can't do that. You have a flair for subtlety. If you'd worked for me, you would have been the greatest fixer Halcyon has ever seen.
Not too bad.
For all your talents, you are the enemy of Halcyon. And therefore you are my
No,
enemy.
I'm specifically your enemy. Basically, I'm here for him.
You make a nuanced and compelling argument. Here's my rebuttal. No.
That sucks for you
Dr.
then.
Wells is being held in my custody. His cooperation will prove invaluable, even if I have to beat it out of him. All that's left to do is put down this riot, arrest you, and then get on with the bloody business of saving this colony.
Too bad you're doing a shitty job of it. Like, don't test me. It's
I'm
bad for
aware
your
of
health.
propensity for violence. Halcyon is a bloodier place because of you. I take no pleasure in this, you know. I simply have no other option.
Oh, there's always more
Leaving you
options.
alive is too great a risk. Goodbye, Captain.
Basically, I'm rescuing him,
I had a feeling
I have to go
you'd say
through you.
that.
and I will go through you.
This prison is equipped with an automechanical warden. I've had it programmed to eliminate you on sight and rinse your remains down a drain.
Classy.
And
Very
don't
classy.
worry. I will inform Dr. Wells that you died heroically, or something.
Wonderful. Oh, look, there he is. He's adorable. Are we just... Do we have to fight him? Like, this is like a requirement? Like, the game is like, no, you're fighting him. This is 100% what you're doing right now. Alright. This is just gonna be one of those, like, you must do this, or...
Nicely done.
This can't be this stupid.
You make it look so easy.
Hold on. Is this gonna be something different? Like, you need... I was right. Something was gonna happen. Hold on. Inventory. I sold all my armor, didn't I? $75 out of 80. Wait, why are my tech skills down though? Hold on. Hold on. I was running this before. Right? So why is my tech skills... Oh, because I was... Wait, no, that doesn't make sense though. That doesn't make sense. I'm really confused right now. Because not wearing armor... Oh, this doesn't give me +5... No, it gives me +5 tech skills. Oh, this is medical. I need stealth. I'm stupid. Hold on. I was under the impression that was a different skill set. Do I have a mod that gives me stealth skills or something? I highly doubt there's a food object that'll give me 5 stealth. Like, do I have a mod? These are the ones that do it. So, tech skills, range weapon skills. Dialogue, leadership, ranged, melee. I don't think there's a vending machine near here, is there? Okay, you know what? This is really easy to just deal with, so let's... Let's load an autosave. Maybe this will be before I trashed all my armor, or maybe this will be around the time I can actually... No, wrong spot. Load. I'll try here. This will be right before we took the elevator up, so we should be able to find something. Hold on. Ordnance armor gold. Probably not what I need, right? No, leadership. There were a bunch of vending machines at some point. Wait, these are the Kino class. So we're down a floor technically. It really does bring a question of why we even bothered. Oh, because technically his thing is behind the door. So we do have to go through him. Here we go. By the way, just a reminder. I still don't like you. Gotta get quick healing. And he should be dead in a moment. There we go. Okay, here, where is terminal? Anything interesting here? Messages. Not important. Okay, so you were actually required to go through him to get here. It doesn't look like there was a way to deal with getting to the elevator without having to go through him at some point. Anything interesting in this box, though? A nice melee weapon, yes, but not what I wanted. Hopefully I can find another restock point. If not, then I'm a little high and dry right now. MSI should make an appearance in seconds.
All right, MSI. I'm not going to round but the captain needs our help. So get in there and fight.
Yep, no, that was a bad idea. Yeah, light machine gun just does not do enough damage to just walk in and smite them. Did I open the box? I did. I did not. Alright, let's just drop. Grab the box and go back up. Like, I'm on the assumption that there has to be a shop that sells stuff. Preferably new armors that has stealth skill ups. Because I want to see if you are able to just completely skip it by hacking that door. How are you not dead? Yes, she does.
I need cover!
Those fuckers need to die. There we go. I am not seeing what I want to see. And it's concerning me right now. There's a ladder down here? Come on, baby, come on. That's my def. Oh, so this is another ladder. I need to know. What's down here? Anything useful? Maybe? Like something actually useful. Like a vending machine? Maybe? Or this was just supposed to be like sneaky spots. This might have been just sneaky spots. God damn it. Like, seriously, how are there no vending machines over here? Actually, that works. The extra level up is enough. And we didn't get all the MSI troopers dead. It's a miracle. There's Grim and just other MSI guys. Oh, Zora never appeared technically. She was just calling in like, "Hey guys, do your jobs, alright?"
Take a breath now, folks. Once we're up there, I suspect we ain't gonna have time to stop shooting.
Here we go. Now she's gonna talk to us again.
Captain,
Not interested. Step down. Let him go. I'm just here for him. Don't test me. I'm rescuing if I have to go through you. There we go. Perfect. Now, Lord be praised, I have 3 level ups saved up. And enough lock picking and hacking to go through this. So, hacking. I have 10 points left, actually. There we go. Inventory for my own sake. There we go. 5-second hack. The Riot Automechanical is online. UDL is not responsible for legal force dispensed by the RAM unit. If the automechanical in this area needs maintenance or updated security protocols, please consult your nearest security engineers. Hack 80. Designate RAM as a hostile intruder. Hack 100. Access RAM override menu. Oh, I want that, but I don't have enough, so we just didn't do that. This will just have to do. Why are they not shooting it? This is not nearly as interesting as I was hoping. Ram? Oh, no, no. Oh, shit. Anoka, guys, you don't want to be in there. And shoot its feet. Well, it's working all the same, I guess. Oh, nice, he's dead. Almost dead. There we go. Hibernation chamber key. This opens the exit to the experimental hibernation chamber. Why do I get the feeling I'm not going to enjoy where that sends us? Oh, so is that just it? Is that it? I guess that was just it. Whatever. Yeah, you're explicitly required to kill him in some sense. How much ammo do I have? I think I just spent all of my heavy. No, that's all my energy ammo. Oh. I haven't used any of my heavy ammo. In that case, just do that. I think the DPS isn't as good. But we need some heavy in there anyways, so this works out pretty good. Oh, this looks so nice. Shame.
Why won't you just die?
Really, just start shooting me? Ugh. He just immediately starts shooting me.
Get me out of here!
Use that. Open the door.
You don't know how glad I am to see you.
Just have a habit of getting
You
into
did the
trouble.
right thing. Akande was a monster. Her death was much deserved and long overdue. And you lunatic, you broke into the board's own fortress just to rescue one doddering old man. You are absolutely out of your mind, and I can't begin to thank you enough.
I expect to get paid for this. Yeah, the board never stood a chance.
All in a day's work for you, huh? You've broken the board's stranglehold on this colony, and you saved my life. But there's still so much we have yet to accomplish. You and I are going to have to work harder than ever to save Halcyon. I'm afraid the situation is far worse than any of us ever anticipated.
I mean, didn't we already mention that we're all going to die because we're out of food?
Earth has gone dark. We haven't received a single message in 3 years. There's been no communication, no signals, nothing. 2 years ago, the Earth's Directorate's frigate disappeared on their way back to Earth. We don't know what they discovered when they arrived, or if they arrived at all.
So we've got to make do on our own. Seems to me that'll make us stronger in the end anyhow.
You're quite right. We've got no choice but to make do on our own.
You mean we're all alone out here? Really alone?
That's possible.
I'm afraid so, Miss Holcomb. Halcyon is the only home we have left. Returning to Earth is no longer an option. We're in serious trouble, my friend. Do you know what this means for Halcyon? We can't rely on Earth for support anymore. We've been cut loose. We're entirely on our own.
Basically, we have a whole lot of work to do.
Yes, we do. You've done a marvelous thing. You've succeeded where anyone else would have failed, including me. We must begin the revival process immediately, starting with the Hope's brightest minds, and then we're going to fix this damn colony, one problem at a time. We're going to need a leader, and I can't imagine a better person for the job than you. What do you say, old friend? Will you help us?
Someone has to run this company. I'm the only competent person left. Wow. Basically, you can count on me.
When I revived you, I thought you were going to help me save this colony. I was wrong. I had our roles reversed, you see. You're the one who's going to save us all. I'm just the one who set you on your path. You're the best thing to ever happen to Halcyon. If you want to take it upon yourself to lead this colony, you have my support. We're not a colony any longer, are we? Our last connection to Earth has been severed, and so we have been set free.
I mean, that's a good point. You're not really a colony
Our
anymore.
future is uncertain, and no one knows what tomorrow holds. Exciting, isn't it?
The end. Huzzah!
The OSI teaches that everything in the universe happens according to the grand plan. But the stranger that arrived in Halcyon was an unplanned variable. From the moment he landed in Emerald Vale, his actions altered the course of history.
We're just gonna stay
The
with my
events on
back.
Tartarus brought about the end of the board's authority. But the board's mistakes would haunt the colony for decades to come. The damage they left behind would require the work of a generation to repair. Dr. Phineas Wells began reviving a handful of the Hope's colonists. Engineers, scientists, technicians, and intellectuals. They were among the brightest minds the Earth had ever sent out into the stars. The Hope scientists and engineers woke up in a colony descending headlong into total collapse. With no way to return to Earth, they had no choice but to band together and devote themselves
What brings
to the
people
cause
together
of
better
saving
than
Halcyon.
imminent demise?
The people of Halcyon were nothing if not hardy. In the absence of the board's authority, many of the colony's settlements banded together with a single purpose in mind: survival. Life was especially hard in the years to come. Some towns dissolved by attrition and starvation, but most of them found a way to carry on. In the years to come, Halcyon was forced to reckon with its newfound freedom. The board was gone, and for better or worse, the colony was responsible for its own destiny. Between MSI's worker-centric policies and the iconoclast's manpower, Sanjar and Zora were able to rally many of the Terra 2 townships to their cause. MSI's workforce swelled, and the iconoclasts enjoyed a significant surge in their ranks. The board was too distracted by infighting and internal politics to stop MSI from becoming a powerful corporation and a refuge for townships that might have fallen through the cracks. Adelaide McDevitt replaced Reed Thompson as the leader of Edgewater. She and her followers transformed Edgewater in their image. Anyone loyal to Reed was pressured into leaving town, and those who stayed behind adapted to her way of life. Adelaide transformed the old cannery into a new garden. The nearby Edgewater Cemetery provided a convenient source of fertilizer. Junlei Tennyson fought to protect the Groundbreakers' independence. While the board's influence faded, mechanical difficulties forced her to rely on parts that only corporations could provide. The cost was high, and time would tell if Junlei could balance the work with her aspirations for a better future. The rediscovery of the Hope and the abandonment of the lifetime employment program forced Byzantium to come to terms with some uncomfortable realities about the state of Halcyon. While Byzantines were reluctant to surrender the luxuries they'd grown accustomed to,
Oh
the board's
no.
diminished authority gave them little choice in the matter. Nearly everyone had to learn to make do with less. Some even had to get jobs. It was a dark time indeed.
The horrors.
Once the matter with the Hope colonists was resolved, Junlei bashfully asked Parvati if she'd like to join her permanently on the Groundbreaker. And Parvati enthusiastically, if somewhat awkwardly, agreed. The stories of her adventures spread across the colony, and Parvati soon found herself the center of attention. Having served as the engineer of a renowned spacecraft, tramp freighters and wildcat miners sought her out by name. And in no time, she was a fixture in the Groundbreaker's mechanical ecosystem. She and Junlei were never far apart.
And I'm gonna say I didn't
As
actually
hard as she
finish
tried to
Nyoko's
drink them
thing.
away, Nyoka's memories eventually overcame her. Traveling with the crew served as a constant reminder of the family she'd lost, and so she eventually returned to Monarch to get back to what she found most comfortable: the deep end of a bottle and the far end of a trail. Few have seen her since, but travelers often swear they hear her and her machine gun in the night, screaming swears and spitting bullets. Before his untimely death, Captain Alex Hawthorne had plans to restore and modify, for combat purposes, a sanitation and maintenance automechanical
Oops, sorry.
that he'd found in a state
Right.
of disrepair in Emerald Vale's scrapyard. That unit remains broken down.
So this is all the
and
companion stuff
in the
that we either
unreliable
did or did
supply
not do.
closet to this day.
So it won't bring up anyone
Minister
you
Clark
didn't
was
meet.
released from house arrest, and his contact with you gave him a sense of renewed purpose and vigor. Once it became clear that no help would be coming from Earth, he threw his considerable efforts and talents into helping Halcyon manage the crisis before it. As for Dr. Phineas Wells, he spent his remaining years in his orbital lab. He eventually came to terms with his own past, and was able to forgive the mistakes of his younger self by devoting his remaining years to serving the colony. Dr.
That's
Wells was
nice.
able to revive many more scientists and engineers than he first expected, thanks to the additional batch of chemicals you stole from the Ministry. Wells never forgot about the human lives that were lost in acquiring these chemicals. In the end, Dr. Wells was able to save every scientist and engineer aboard the Hope. Over the next decade, nearly all of the Hope's remaining colonists were successfully revived. Halcyon saw a period of rapid technological and scientific advancement. Breakthroughs in dietary supplements saved the colony from starvation. Geoengineering projects and social reforms
Oh hey, diet
began to change
toothpaste.
the structure and character of the colony.
Then again, I don't really call that dietary
Dr. Wells laid
supplement.
the groundwork for the project to save the colony, but he would never live to see the fruits of his labor. He passed away a few years later. His work was carried on by the scientists and engineers he revived. Today, Halcyon has stabilized. The people of the colony work hard to adapt to their new circumstances. Nearby colonies send aid and supplies. Life will never be easy in Halcyon, but for the first time in its history, there exists a sense of real, genuine hope about the future. And what about you, the unplanned variable in the history of Halcyon? Long after Wells passed away, you carried on his work with more energy, determination, and brilliance than he could ever muster. The years that followed were hard, but Halcyon survived by the efforts of the hub's most promising colonists, the greatest of which was you.
Oh.
No one knows what's happened to Earth, and no one knows what the future has in store for Halcyon. All we know for certain is this: the name of the Unreliable and that of its intrepid captain will remain the subject of countless stories for years to come.
And kicked out the title. No credits. We were sitting there watching that cutscene for so long, my brain like, there's no credits. There's no such thing as credits in this game. Just completely forgot about that. So I honestly thought Tartarus would have taken just a smidge longer than it did. So I didn't do Nyoka's companion quest. I'm kind of sad that that's how her thing ended. I think we have enough time just to rush it, actually. Assuming there's nothing else going on right now with this. Well, with the credits, like there's no after credit scene or whatever. But yeah, this is a nice short game, realistically. By short, it's not that short. This took me, what, 5 full streams, so like 10 plus hours to finish. And that's just one run in one story path. There are technically other story paths, considering I could have betrayed Phineas to the board, I could have picked up different companions along the way. I technically did not see 2 of the 6 companions we were supposedly supposed to get. Unfortunately, like most Fallout-ish games, Fallout, Skyrim, lock-picking and hacking turned out to be very useful, as they have always been. The idea of just adding more options to things you do. All of the FPS stuff turned out to be pretty unimportant in terms of leveling that skill. The guns kind of swap out pretty quickly, depending on if you actually find the next tier of guns. Until you do, it doesn't really change at all. Until the very end, I never noticed just how varying the damage you do based on your weapon ammo type can be, since, as we saw at the end, when I was fighting the people, the light machine guns, which used light ammo, did not do any damage whatsoever, and I needed to use energy or heavy ammo, so that was interesting. The characters are well written enough, they're interesting, and some of the stories are actually very cute or compelling to some extent. Overall, I did like this game. I feel like this is a game I could easily recommend to others. These days, it's kind of nice to have a game that's a little quick. A nice 10-hour game is really nice these days, considering how a lot of people that are in the gaming that are my age don't always have that much time to put into a game. So a 10-hour game that's actually really good is great. That's great to have instead of a 40-hour game that's kind of middling in comparison. Like, I'd rather have an excellent 10-hour game than a mediocre 40-hour game, if you know what I mean. I might occasionally pop this game on to go explore other things. I might try and mod it just so I don't have to deal with some of the other stuff. But overall, I'm probably not going to stream this game anymore. Like, to me, I feel like I finished this game. but it might be like Skyrim where I'll just pop it on to go explore and do some other stuff. Like, this is the game that you would occasionally just come back to every now and again and just explore the other endings that could be available to you. So, yeah, I'm not going to be streaming this game again. Well, at least I probably won't. But I will definitely come back to it. It's not leaving Game Pass at this point in time. It's currently May 14th, 2021. And it's still on Game Pass, so if you do have that, I do suggest getting it there. And honestly, I think I may be getting drowned out by the background song. But yeah, I recommend getting this game. I really do. Since it's not off Game Pass yet, I'll probably just keep it on my hard drive and come back to it later. I am curious to know just how well a melee build would go, because I explicitly just went long gun and just decided to nail people from afar, or machine gun them, because that worked pretty well at the end. Other than that, it went pretty good. I'm kind of sad I didn't get Hack 100. I'm really curious to know what that would have done. Now I'm curious. Given what I had in terms of skills and numbers, I could have done it if I had one more level up. One more level and the correct armor to boost my stealth skill. If I had planned for that. Other than that, no, I think I've gone over everything. I like the music. I like the characters. The gameplay was a smidge clunky. Just a smidge. But overall, it was fine. The FPS worked out well enough. I never actually used the time dilation, which is its own surprise. I guess the time dilation or the Fallout Pip-Boy thing was just something we had back then because we didn't have the mechanics we did today. We just didn't. So I never ended up using it because I never felt the need to use it. But it was an interesting game mechanic to have. No, I'm out. I got nothing. I recommend it. Go buy it. Go play it. Maybe not full price, but definitely find a way to get into this game. It's worth it. Is there any way to skip this? No? There we go. If I hit continue, where does this put me? I'm assuming it puts me before the last save. No. It just puts me right in front of Sophia, like, oh, hi, Phineas.